What's up, guys? Team Staff West. Super excited about this one. Alex, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Tonight we have the newest member of the Discraft Elite Team, Vanessa Van Dyken.
Hello.
Okay, welcome, Vanessa. Congrats again on the elite team. We're all pumped about it. I like over the past few weeks there have been a few like whispers, who's on it, who's next, and it was kind of an all but to do that Vanessa's gonna join. So, to start with, just a very basic interview question. A lot of people get questions, get confused about where you're from because of your last name, maybe where you've lived in the past. So where are you from? What's your background?
Well, I was born and raised in San Diego, California, but I lived in Finland for a little over 3 years, and then I moved back to the States last year. And so, yeah, but I'm American and I'm from San Diego.
Awesome. So kind of playing off that, you said you lived in Finland, you moved back to San Diego, and now I think you're staying in Michigan. What's it like to be living in the States full time and kind of being like settling into being back in the States?
It's awesome. The disc golf scene is much better here. Not as far as the way tournaments are ran. I think they do that very well over there. But the actual tour and the sustainability as far as doing disc golf for a living, it's much more doable out here. And it's just really nice to have everything in my home language, and I know where everything is. It's easy to make my way around at stores or driving or whatever. It's a lot easier for me living here, and also the weather's a lot warmer, so that's nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
several months of winter out of the year, I imagine, over there.
Oh gosh, yeah. There's a joke over there. It was like summer was on a Tuesday last year or something like that. It's so
That's
short.
great. I mean, you're living in Michigan now, so it's gotta feel a little bit familiar, especially with the winter we're about to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Awesome.
mean, it's definitely a lot more mild here, though. I
Hmm,
was prepared for the winter, and when I got here, it's not really full on winter yet, but I was like, oh, this is.
that's great. Well, welcome home, right? It's
Thank you.
good to have you back in the States and touring. So, talking about touring, talking about your you joining the elite team. What are some of your personal highlights from 2019? I know you had an injury at one point, so like what does that kind of story from joining Discraft at the beginning of the year to now being on the elite team look like from your perspective?
Well, I had a great start to the year. I think my first tournament in Vegas, my final round, I had my highest rating ever, 1026 was my final round rating.
Wow.
And it was just really nice to have like a whole new bag of discs and play my first tournament. I just felt like I had a really start, and I felt like that really helped me. And that really set the tone for my year throwing Discraft. I felt like it all was clicking together and everything was right. And I really loved all the discs. And unfortunately, I had a couple injuries. I had a shoulder injury. It wasn't a full on injury. I just kind of tweaked it, and I didn't want it to turn into an injury, so I took a weeks off, and that's better now. But right before Ledgestone, I injured my finger. It was a very mild pain right at the base of my ring finger on my throwing hand, and I didn't think much of it. So I played a few more tournaments, and it gradually got worse and worse. And in the morning, when I woke up, I went to like open my hand, and when I went from like a closed fist to opening my hand, my ring finger like got stuck, and it wouldn't open right away, and finally it like snapped open.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Oh, okay, well that's not good. And It's not like that all day long. It's just in the morning when I wake up. And I went to the doctor and I found out I had trigger finger, and it's basically like tendinitis in the tendon in your finger. And it was just so swollen. That's why it wasn't coming through. There's like a little hole that it goes through to like pull your finger closed and shut, and it was getting stuck in that hole because it was so swollen. So I got a shot of cortisone, and that took the inflammation away. So it was able to open and close again, but it was still pretty painful. So it didn't start to feel normal until like the last 2 events of the season.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So a big chunk of my season was like playing with this weird thing that was going on with my finger that was painful, and it was just the freakiest when I'd wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh God.
Wow.
Huh. Yeah.
So kind of to that point, just real quick, I think I heard at one point that you were interested in nursing or you were studying nursing. So with an injury like that, did some of your like schoolwork come back, or did it kind of come into mind like, oh, I kind of know what's going on here?
No, I actually was doing the prerequisites for a nursing program I wanted to get into, so I didn't actually take any courses yet. Just like, like anatomy, physiology, biology, but sorry, my phone. But
You're
yeah.
Fine. Okay.
So I had no idea what was going on.
Gotcha. Okay, so I think Wes has a giveaway for us.
Yeah, this is actually one from my personal stash. I bag one of these from the same run because I love them. I know Vanessa loves them.
Yeah.
We've got a sweet fly dye Meteor, pre-Vanessa Meteor, I dare say. But this is a sweet one, nice fly dye. Remember to give the video a thumbs up. Be sure and subscribe if you guys haven't. And in order to be entered to win this, comment your favorite mid-range down in the comments. Maybe you love the Meteor like Vanessa does. Maybe you love a different disc. We're going to give that away to somebody. Comment. I'll go through, pick out a winner next week, and we'll get it mailed to you. So next up, obviously talking about the Meteor, with the big news of the Elite Team announcement today, we saw that you're going to have a signature Meteor. So what is it that you love so much about the Meteor?
Oh my gosh, I love throwing on hyzer. That's my favorite angle to throw on. So the Meteor is just so amazing because if you put a good amount of hyzer on it, it'll pop up straight and it'll fly forever and then have like little to no fade at the end. And I just feel like that's the most important disc to throw in the woods. Because like you want to get really good distance, but I feel like in the woods, if you have a disc that goes like dead straight, that's the best thing. And yeah, I just kind of fell in love with it as soon as the tour I feel like starts off in the open.
Yeah.
And then like we kind of like end up playing all these super wooded courses. And that's kind of when I discovered how much I love the Meteor, was when we started playing more wooded courses. And it was weird though. I was kind of like in between there, but like I couldn't decide which one I liked better. But I finally decided on the Meteor because for some reason I feel like the rim of the Comet is like a little, it just feels a little sharp in my hand. I'm not sure. It's like not so comfortable for me, for my little hands. But yeah, that's why I like the Meteor. I just feel really comfortable with it, and they're very similar discs though. But I'm a Meteor person, I have to say.
I also recently found the Meteor and could totally relate on the hand feel. I feel like it, if you throw a Buzz or a Wasp or even a Buzz OS kind of thing, it just has a really similar kind of smooth feel versus, like you were saying, the Comet just has a, maybe a little bit more jagged or just a little bit more inconsistent hand feel versus a Buzz.
Yeah.
Nice. So 2020 is just around the corner. So what are your 2020 touring plans?
Well, I haven't like sat down and written out the whole schedule yet, but basically we're going to start a little bit later. Instead of starting in February, we're going to start in March. And we're just basically going to follow, or we're driving like touring. So we're just going to follow all the Disc Golf Pro Tour and NTs and couple majors that there are, and just like whichever ones make sense as far as like when you're driving a vehicle, it's gonna hit all of those up.
Nice. Are you gonna start out at the Memorial then on the West Coast?
No, not at the Memorial. I think that one's in February.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
End of February.
I know, but that one's like out of all the events, I have no idea why, but that one is just the most fun to me. The Memorial in Arizona,
Yeah.
It's my most favorite disc golf tournament event.
Nice. I think with it being a Discraft event too, and being a Discraft player, there's so much Discraft stuff going on around at the Memorial, and there's always some new releases out there. And Keith does a really great job running that tournament, and I think the courses are so unlike anything we have here, like in the Midwest or some of the wooded courses. So I feel like early in the season, it's fun to really get out and open up and throw some bombs.
Yeah, definitely. It's like the perfect starting event of the year. So you still get to warm up a little bit.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, so I think the last thing we're gonna get for you is some rapid fires. So answer one or two words. A lot of them are either or, so pretty set.
Okay.
But answer as fast as you can on these. I think we have 8 questions. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. West Coast Beach or Michigan Beach?
West Coast.
Okay. Winter retreat or summer getaway?
Summer getaway.
One tournament other than Worlds that you would love to win?
Probably U.S. women's.
More satisfying, a big putt or a humongous drive?
Huge putt.
Favorite state that you visited?
Michigan.
One place in the world you're dying to go to, whether it's a country, a course, or a restaurant?
I would love to go to South America.
Okay. Open field bomb, are you doing an Annie flex or a Heiser flip?
Heiser flip.
And you have a 2-stroke lead at the end of the tournament. Are you laying it up or are you running it?
Probably laying it up.
Okay.
Same.
So
Same.
with that, Vanessa, we'll give you the floor is yours. If you want to thank people, shout people out, whatever you have, talk to us.
I just want to thank my family, especially my mother. She's my number one fan, supported me. And obviously, I'd love to thank Reed. He's a great support system in my life this year and beyond. And also, I would just love to thank Discraft. I mean, without their support, I wouldn't have been able to finish the tour last year. So I'm really thankful to have a good sponsor and to just be a part of such a great group of people. I feel like the company is more than just like a business. I feel like it's a family. There's a real connection, and I feel like I'm in a really good spot right now.
Awesome.
Nice. We are super excited for your 2020 season. For all of our watchers, be sure and support Vanessa this year. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and at the end of the day, there's only one thing to do. Vanessa?
Make that putt.
Yeah!